हरि ओम सर्वे जनाः सुखिनो भवन्तु स्त्रीभ्यः दीर्घसुमङ्गलानि भव. I am going to start a new lecture today series. Cosmic code is illusion, not fermions and bosons. Scientifically, I just like to go back to the old Greek theory. Aristotle says, if anything is at rest at an equal space, and if that which is in locomotion occupies the same space at any given moment, the flying arrow is motionless. The flying arrow is motionless. Now, it's a beautiful theory. I think Zion, another Greek philosopher, explains it beautifully. I'm going to explain this in this board. Suppose you have a moving object at a given moment A. And at this point A, it occupies a position, this time span for example, a position P in succession of time. And there is a moment B, say for here for example, and at that moment the moving object, say arrow, occupies the position Q. Now what he says is, there will be an instant of time whether that the moment A has to coincide or has to be same at an instant moment. There cannot be a gap. So the moment A, at this moment A, the moment A for example theoretically leaves, the moment B starts, they both coincide at that instant moment, they are same. But at moment B, time B or moment B, the position of the flying arrow should be in another position called Q. But since both A and B occupy the same space at that moment, P has to be equal to Q. Position P has to equal Q. Now practically that cannot happen because P and Q are different. Therefore, here at that moment of A, B also occupies, when it starts its movement, they have to be at that instant movement at the same moment. So A equals B here, then P should also equal Q. That is, the position P will be the same as position Q. That means the moving object, the flying arrow, has not moved at all. It is motionless. See, for example, in time, succession of time, you cannot have space between times. This is wrong. They are connected, any movements are connected to each other in succession of time. They are connected at least in picoseconds, or Planck's theory of 1 to the power of 43 or 1 to the power of minus 43, whatever you want. That is a starting point of the Big Bang, the infinitely small dot. So there cannot be a movement where B is separate from A. They have to lie on the same moments. Then if they are equal at the same moment, then position P is no different from position Q. So both these positions, P and Q, are same. That means the arrow has not moved at all. The moving object has not moved. It is illusion. See, this is a very beautiful concept, because I have given several lectures on Mandukya Upanishad, where the Mandukya Gaudapada in his Karika chapter 3 verse 19 says, everything is Maya. Mayaya vidyate hi ajam unborn anyatha na kathanchana tattvat vidyamane hi martyatam amrutam vrajet. Now we have to do a little bit of Anvaya in Sanskritam. Mayaya, Maya, Mayaya, Sitaya. By Maya only, with Maya vidyate, it is cut, it is differentiated, it is looking different. Mayaya vidyatehi, if it is cut, if it is only by mayaya hi vidyate, this is ajam, this is unborn. Anyata, otherwise, kathanchana, it cannot be. Only by Maya you can see the Dvaita. That's what it means, the differences. Only by Maya. Everything is all same, he says. Mayaya vidyatehi. Anyata ajam, the unborn. Ajam is Ditiya Vibhakti Ekavachana. Ajam kathanchana, katham. However, how? Chana, kathanchana. Tattvata, if it is so, tattvata vidyamanehi. If it is really differentiated, or if it is difference, if there is dualities, tattvata vidyamanehi, certainly martyatam, this amritam vrajet, where it goes to martyatam, the amritam, the immortality becomes mortal. That is a very beautiful verse. The next verse 20, he says, ajata tasya eva amrita bhavasya jatim icchanti vadinaha. See, the vadinaha, the arguers, they desire or they tell. Icchanti means desire. They desire, bahuvachanam. This vadinaha, this dvaita philosophers. There is everything is different and God is separate from the this matter. Ajatasya, if this vadinaha argues, who have the bhava of the ajata, which is amritam, which is immortal. Ajato tasya, ajata tasya eva, he amritaha bhava, that is, they say, katham ikshyate, he says, how they can see the immortality as mortal. They are agreeing immortal as changeless. Katham eshyati. Eshyati is see, refers or subject to, or how they can argue like that. Eshyati means ikshanam. Eshyati, how they see like that, refer like that. The amrutam, when they have the amrutam as a ajataha, that is unborn, that is changeless. The definition of an unborn is it is changeless, it is infinite. There cannot be plus one. If the unborn, which is occupying all the space in the multiverse, not universe, multiverse. Beautifully, Yamadharmaraja says in Gadopanishad, Puram ekadasha dwaram ajasva avakrasya chetasaha. This consciousness who is unborn and who is not crooked, who is plain state, he says ekadasha dwaram. It has 11 universes. That's what the M theory and the string theory says. So the universe is not one, it's not uni, it is multi. So it is occupying all this entire multiverse. It cannot create further. If an infinite, an immortal can create, that means it has an existing defined space plus one it adds. That means it cannot be no longer defined as infinite. The word infinite loses its meaning. Infinite plus one, tomorrow it will create something, tomorrow it will create you, tomorrow it will create another universe, means the infinite, which is occupying all space, which is immortal, changeless, and infinite in size and measurements, cannot add. That means today you can divide it, because tomorrow it's going to add. Therefore creation is not possible. Changeless, it cannot change. If the immortal creates something which is mortal within its space, then the immortal also becomes mortal. You cannot say it is nirantara, it is permanent. How you can say ajataha, ajato, he amritaha iti, you are accepting bhava, that is your bhava, you are accepting. Katham, it can go to eshyati, katham it can go to martyatam, katham it can go to mortality. He argues beautifully, Gautamada argues very beautifully in his Karika of Mandukya Upanishad. Mandukya Upanishad was written by the Rishi very long time back. Even Alexander's invention before, very long back. We have only 12 verses now. It defines, I have given the definition also in my previous channel, in my previous videos. So he says the immortal is always an immortal. It cannot change its form, it cannot add to its form. If it creates something or changes its form, something to mortality, then it is a combination of immortality and mortality. How it can be? Because mortality by definition is perishable. It is untruths. It is not permanent. That's why we call mortal. So the immortality even cannot change its existing space, little bit also, pico also, into mortality. It cannot change into mortality. Therefore, neither can it increase its size. That means infinite cannot be +1, nor can it change its immortality nature to mortality. That is the definition. Therefore, he says whatever we see is illusion. There can be only illusion, but who created the illusion? It's a very tough question to answer. But Gaudavada argues very beautiful, who was the guru of Govindabada Acharya. Govindabada Acharya was the guru of Adi Bhagavat, Shankara Bhagavat Pada. So this concept of Advaita, when he says it's illusion. Recently in 2022, 3 Nobel Prize winners, John Clauser and Alain, I don't know how you pronounce, and Zeenberger, they say Alton Zeenberger, or 3 Nobel Prize winners of 2022 said the universe is unreal locally. That's what they got the Nobel Prize for. Alain Aspect was a very famous astrophysicist right from modern times. All this he explains beautifully, Bell theorem and the theorem and all, the movements of electrons. So, but whatever it is, these 3 Nobel Prize winners got Nobel Prize because they said the universe is unreal, which is already there existing. Everything what we say is unreal, it's only illusion, it is only Maya. See, I wrote a book. The book is called Cosmic Code is Illusion, not fermions and bosons. I was in email correspondence with the famous astrophysicist in Birmingham, UK, who sent me a link of his book, The Cosmic Code. Beautifully describes about the electrons, neutrons and all those things, how the cosmic code is there, all these atoms, subatoms and all, quarks and all. And Higgs boson also, he said, a boson which is a subatomic particle, lives for a 10,000th of a trillionth of a second and then changes its form. It doesn't die, it doesn't perish, it changes its form. Therefore, when he wrote this book, I got this book and got an idea. It's about, I published this book in 2017 and 2016-17 I started writing, and then I said in this book, cosmic code is illusion, not even fermions and bosons, because everything has to be illusory. Nobody can create a matter. The Chetasaha, the consciousness, the Paramatma, doesn't create. If he creates something, he has to create within himself. That is by changing his character, which is not possible. Because if he changes himself to mortality, because we are all mortals, proof is there, then he himself becomes mortal. Martyatam vraje. This Amrutam, Martyatam vraje. He says in Karika 90, chapter 3. So, this book is available in e-Amazon, e-Kindle, or in electronic format, or in Google Books. If you want, you can subscribe. It's I think less than $2. Where I have my other books like Do You Really Die? The first book was A Secret Search in Sacred Hinduism. So I have given outline all those things about all these things. Therefore, the cosmic code has to be illusion, not fermions or bosons. This is the end of my part 1 in this series of Cosmic Code is Illusion, and I shall continue further till such time. Bhuya Tavat Shubhamangalam. Hari Om.